This video is going to be all about why someone can be profitable and how someone can be profitable. And we're going to break it down in 4 single videos. Today, Wednesday, Friday, and next Monday. And today, we're going to be starting with how are you actually profitable mathematically, right? Because if we focus on the risk reward in every single trade, you have less time to focus on the emotional aspect when it comes to actually trading itself. So, for example, in this trade that I took today, I only took one single trade and I made 50% on it with at most a 10% stop loss, which means that's a 1 to 5 risk to reward, which is really, really good. And I did this all within 10 minutes. Now, as you get more and more advanced in your trading, you're going to be able to sell when you see the opposite direction starting to come in. Like, for example, let's say this wasn't our 1-to-1 risk to reward, but I see that buyers are starting to step up. I would sell there. Why? Because I see the opposite direction coming in and I'm reacting to price action. When you first start trading, I don't want you to focus on that because it's not going to matter. You're going to be unprofitable either way. It doesn't matter if you sell at the right time or buy at the right time. You're going to be unprofitable either way if your risk reward is not there. Now, if your risk reward is there and you know what you need to focus on, then that's fine. I'm talking to you guys like how I would talk to myself if I first got started. Don't focus on selling it there, buying it there, selling it there, buying it there. I want you to focus on the risk to reward. I want you to start becoming profitable with the risk to reward. Establish the proper risk to reward. Now, when I first got started, I want to focus on a 1 to 2 risk to reward. And it sounds stupid because not every single trade is exactly a 1 to 2 risk to reward. It doesn't matter. I want you to get in the habit of sticking to a plan. A 1 to 2 risk to reward. Sticking to a plan. Because if you stick to a plan, your emotions will leave. Because you're going to be focused on sticking to your plan. And you'll start to take trading for how it really is. Sticking to a plan, risk to reward. So if I first got started trading, I would focus on a 1 to 2 risk to reward just to get in that mindset, just to get in the habit of sticking to a plan and seeing that I could actually become profitable, mathematically speaking. So taking the fact that we took this trade today, we're using this 1 to 2 risk to reward. I got in here. My stop loss is going to be 10%. So let's say it's like right here. This is a 10% stop loss. I don't know the exact cent, but it's probably right around here. My stop loss is probably going to be right around there, but I'm going to focus on the percentages because I want to see mathematically that profitability will be there if I stick to the plan. You will be profitable if you have above a 50% win rate. You do a 1 to 2 risk to reward. You'll be profitable. It's guaranteed. 100% you'll be profitable if you have a 1 to 2 risk to reward and you have above a 50% win rate. Mathematically speaking, it's impossible to not be profitable with that. Mathematically speaking, you will be profitable with that. And trading is not about being profitable or not. It's about how profitable you can be once you start to become profitable. And that's what we're going to start building up. And that's what this series is about, building it up. 1 to 2 risk to reward. And at most, I'm going to take 2 to 4 trades on the day at most. In the beginning, I want to get in the habit of sticking to the plan and just following that 1 to 2 risk to reward, seeing what my win rate's at. And if my win rate is under 50%, I want to figure out why it's under 50%. Am I getting emotional about my entries, or do I just not have a proper strategy for this? But most people have a strategy. It's just the fact they just don't follow the risk to reward, or they just don't follow the plan. Because most strategies out there are profitable to an extent. It's just y'all just don't follow the risk to reward. You guys just don't sell when you're supposed to sell, and you guys don't buy where you're supposed to buy because you guys get emotional. Or you don't follow your stop loss to stick to your stop loss. That's literally the reason why you're not profitable, because you're not sticking to your plan. The plan is right there and you're not sticking to it. So for instance, for this, right? And people always bash on my strategy because it's too simple. But you're still not profitable with this simple strategy. It doesn't make sense, right? If you think it's that simple, then you should be profitable with this strategy, and you're not profitable with that strategy, then I guess it's not that simple. Because I make stuff look simple, but in reality, it took me 6 years to make it look this simple. It took me 6 years to be able to click the button at the right time, and it just looks like I'm clicking a button. I'm not. You don't understand because you're not in my shoes, and I need you guys to focus on putting yourself in my shoes. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Which is why this whole series is called The Why. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? We got in here. Stop loss is right there. A 1 to 2 risk to reward. let's say it's going to be right here, right? So let's say I made this new low. That's where I would sell. I don't care if this thing keeps going, right? It doesn't matter. It matters of sticking to your plan, because sticking to your plan, that 1 to 2 risk to reward, let's say we sold right here and it kept going. This will allow your mindset to be able to handle FOMO. This will allow your mindset to be able to handle, what if the trade keeps going? Or, oh, what if I sold too early? What if I sold too late? There's no such thing if you have a plan of a 1 to 2 risk to reward, and your plan was to sell right there when you're at 20% gain. Let's say my stop loss is at 10%. I need a 20% gain. Any less, I'm not selling. Any more, I'm selling too late. 20%. Once it hits 20%, you sell. Once it hits that negative 10%, you sell. There's no such thing as, what if the trade keeps going? Or what if I can keep making more? Or this or that or this, right? No, you stick to your plan, and that will get you in the right mindset. That will allow you to stick to your plan. And this will help most of the people's problems out there. Most of the people's problems is, oh, what if it keeps going? So I'm not going to sell. And then they should have sold right there, and it goes the opposite direction, and then hits their stop loss. They don't stick to their stop loss. But in this plan, you're going to stick to your stop loss, negative 10%. Once it hits that, you're done. Stick to the plan. Focus on sticking to the plan. Make it like that instead of focusing on the money itself. So tonight, I want you guys to look back in your charts and see just that risk to reward. Just like what I did right here, right? This is a 15-cent stop loss, which is probably around 10%, I'm guesstimating. And then a 1 to 2 risk to reward would be a 30 cents from there, 15 times 2. Remember, I got inputs right here. This is how I make money on the downside. I want you guys to focus tomorrow on your risk to reward, right? I want you guys to focus on 2 things: your win rate tomorrow and your risk to reward. Write that down. And this is where the risk to reward also comes in, because if you stick to your stop loss, your risk to reward will be the same, the negative 10% or less. A lot of people go negative 50%, negative 100% because they hold it way too long. And then you'll see, oh, in order for me to get that at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward, I need a plus 50%, which it doesn't make sense. Why would you do all that when you could do a negative 10% stop loss, and then a 1-to-1 risk to reward is plus 10%? And especially for the way that I trade, that's perfect. I lose 10% to make 20%, 25%, 50% today. I literally made 58% on this trade with a 10% stop loss. And that's all I needed on the day. So I want you guys to focus on that tomorrow, because it's going to help you for Wednesday's video. Because once you focus on the risk to reward and you actually start becoming a little bit profitable, or you guys see that progress, now we got to optimize it up a little bit. We got to decorate a little bit. And there's a little bit more to that you guys might realize once you guys start practicing that 1 to 2 risk to reward tomorrow, that you guys have to find out in the second video. And I'll see you guys then.